tomorrow. While this also means that the other two players have been moved down to the lower bracket. And how do you how do you feel about this next game? We're gonna have IGoldenKnight versus WudiPlays, which is that's gonna be a very interesting one, I think, so to say the least.
It is.
Maybe yeah, Cruxer, you can go first. Sorry.
No problem. Gosh, that's a very hard one for me to put a prediction on. I know that Woody is skill, thinking, sometimes patience, but a lot of times practice. Whereas IGoldenKnight is a bit younger, you know, more energetic. And I've been in the position to hear him while he plays, and he gets very passionate, very into it, very locked in. So it'll definitely be a good match one way or the other. And I also got to say, I'm excited to see Woody's performance in the lower bracket. I bet it'll be amazing as well.
Yeah.
Yes. What's your take on this, Oakfire? We're going to check the bracket up next.
I mean, they are two of the most famous players because they've been around for, I mean, since the beginning almost, I think. So they've been strong for such a long time. So definitely the veterans, the clash of the veterans in Blaston. And I say that this game will be, I predict it's going to be much closer than these two that we just saw.
Yes, and if we take a look at the bracket now, which has been updated by me, we can see what is actually going to come up next. So we saw Josie taking out Woody 3-0, and then Tesseract taking Turbo out 3-0. Why is there no scores there? Come on, Defur, do better. We'll get that sorted for tomorrow. But yes, I think this is going to be really cool also to see Josie and Tesseract, because they are, as you mentioned, it's like each winners or upper semis has been like the older player versus the younger player from the same region, and now they chose the representatives to go to the upper bracket final, which is going to be both of the younger players, one from NA, one from EU. It's like, I mean, I'm not making a story. Like, the bracket is just like writing itself. Like, it's just out there, you know? And then now we're looking at the lower bracket, which, as you mentioned, Oakfire, like, these are the IGoldenKnight first versus WudiPlays. These are the two most like known players in the community, and the reason why that is because they make all the content, all the guides. I mean, sure, there are other people that make guides too. Baby Spine does as well, and Turbo has made a lot of content for the community. But IGoldenKnight and WudiPlays, they've been like really killing it with making so many videos for the game. So it's almost like the content creator clash, but it's also like the veteran clash. Like, there's so many things going into this game, and I mean, I can't wait to see who comes out on top. This is definitely going to be one for the books. I actually don't know if they've, I mean, I must assume that they've played a lot versus each other since it's you know, yeah. So it's like, I think there's another element too, which I love about these games that have this like deeper I guess level of gameplay, where it's like, when you know someone a lot, like, that activates a whole different range of like mind games. Like, you know, you can maybe pick a weapon that references some feud from some like months ago. Like, you can do a lot of stuff to get into the other opponent's head, even if it's just movement. I know Woody really likes to go for this like tricky plays, or like the, you know, the 360s and stuff like that. And IGoldenKnight has been really kind of adamant about showing like a lot of new builds that they've come up with, like how to kind of think about the games when they make their loadouts. But that is what we're going to be showing next once we come back after a short break. And once we return, we're going to be hearing some from Oolong, who will be casting this alongside Oakfire. So thank you so much for Cruxer, who's been casting so far, and we'll be checking in later as well. So thank you, and don't go anywhere, because I mean, you're not gonna want to miss this next game. Like, this is some good stuff. This is good Blaston, I have to say. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the VR Summer Games 2021. You are watching the Blaston Premier Bracket. And the music was very loud. Let's do that one more time, guys. Are you still here? Everyone awake right now? Okay. So, you're watching the VR Summer Games 2021, and you're also watching the Blaston Premier Bracket, which is one of the two brackets that we've been hosting for Blaston, which you might not be aware what Blaston is, but it's probably one of the better competitive VR games that is out there, and now we're in the biggest esports tournament, or event rather, for VR esports ever. So this is a really exciting time for us to showcase the game and be able to kind of bring all of this gameplay to you. So far we've had two of the upper bracket matches being played out on stream. We've also had the open bracket, which is for the Rising Stars in Blaston, played out on our B stream, which has ended, but big shout outs to Starwise and Bounty X Snipe, who has been taking care of that. And of course, I'm not alone in this. We do have some people who is joining me, and I will bring them up in a second, but I do also want to take a moment to just thank both Val, Virtual Athletics League, which you see the logotypes here below, who has been helping us to bring this tournament for you, which has been great to kind of see this top level of a VR esports game. It's really crazy to see this, and if you don't know who I am, that's fine. It's okay. You don't have to know who I am. I'm the community manager of the game. I'm just trying to make the stream run along. Nothing special. But I do represent Resolution Games, who developed this game, and we're so excited to kind of bring this forward to every one of you here. I do think we even have some of the developers here alongside in the stream. So it's great to see everyone kind of gathering up for this type of event. Finally, we also want to give a shout out to B Haptics. If you're new to VR, B Haptics is basically a haptic feedback equipment that you can use to basically get your gameplay to a next level. So when using this with Blaston, it's also a bit terrifying, but very cool feeling that when you shoot each other, you actually feel yourself getting shot, which I won't fault anyone for that. That is actually a really cool experience. So, but they have also sponsored this tournament with one of their tact suits, which is one of these like really fancy-looking suits, to the first place finisher, besides the $1,000 prize pool. So, big shoutouts to them. And now I'm going to bring in some people that are way more knowledgeable about the game than I am, even though I'm still Overlord, but still. We're gonna bring them in. It's Dr. Oolong and also Oakfire. Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Hello. Doing really good.
Afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, it's so wild though. Like doing these types of events is you don't even know where people are at. Like, is it morning? Is it evening? I always like when I work from this, in the situation we're in. It's always like, wait. Oh, it's dark outside. Okay, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Okay, nice. It was sunny when I started this, but it's great to have you both here. Oolong, you've been watching a bit from the sidelines, but now you're going to take part here to cast Woody versus GoldenKnight. What are your thoughts going into this match as we set up the lobby?
Well, I said it before, I'll say it again. Losers is definitely where all the action is in any double elimination tournament. I had the chance to watch Golden be blasted earlier. Golden actually wasn't running a shield in his build either, and we saw Woody earlier against Josie not running a shield. So it's going to be interesting whether they're going to stick with that strategy versus one another, knowing the builds that they like to run, or if we're going to see different builds coming out from either of them.
And how about you, Oakfire? What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these players really know each other, so I think they're going to go in for some surprises. So trying to do some moves that they haven't really shown to the other player. So I'm expecting the unexpected in this game.
That's a great way to put it. I think definitely, as we mentioned before the break, this is so many clashes. It's the veterans, it's the ones that we know, it's the content creators, it's figures of the community. You could even say people have been following these guys and trying to learn the game from them. Me included. Even when I started the company, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm working at Resolution. I gotta get starting working with Blaston. Okay, I'm gonna check out Woody. Okay, and then in the featured videos, GoldenKnight. Okay, yeah, I'll watch these two guys. And then here I am now and being mind blown. Of course, I've watched their videos. We all did, kind of. So. We are going to be going into games very soon. But before that, we have the question. And now you'd get to take part of this, Oolong, and maybe you're laughing behind the scenes. But predictions for this match. It's a best out of 5, Woody versus IGoldenKnight. Who's going to take it?
I think this is going to be too close to call. I think that if there was any set that was going to go to match 5, that was going to be it. I've got another prediction, though. I do think these matches will be settled by Viper, not necessarily with the actual Viper hits themselves, but whatever you run into when you dodge the Viper. I think that both players are going to be running that as part of their build, so it'll be very interesting to see that sniper duel go down.
And how about you, Oakfire? You said it was tough, but have you come to reach the decision now?
Well, in my vision, GoldenKnight shows up as the prediction. But like I said, this is such a close game. If we compare to the last 2 games, they were much more easy to predict. So I think this can go either way. But we're definitely going to see the Viper.
Yes, I feel like both of these players are kind of, using that a lot. Unfortunately, because some of these games were kind of getting ready as we were going along with the stream, we don't really have a graphic for IGoldenKnight. Very sad times. I don't know if maybe we could... Oolong, you've seen IGoldenKnight play a lot. What type of... I don't know. What weapons does he favor? I know that he had this laser build a long time ago, but I think he's changed a lot since then.
Yeah, what we've seen him running is a shieldless build that is featuring the Raptor, the Wildcat, which is the SMG, and the Vector that we were talking about earlier, usually with the Viper or the Hammer Ellipse, sort of swapping those in as needed. It's going to be interesting. Another thing I do want to add real fast about GoldenKnight is that technically he was the first one to create any sort of content confirming that drop blocking was a strategy in the first place. So if either one of these 2 players is going to be running any sort of SMGs, it'll be interesting to see how prevalent drop blocking becomes as a defensive maneuver, especially if they don't have any other shields to work with.
That is very interesting. It's they've created so many parts of the meta, so it's very next level now, and it's just the creators are coming in to battle each other. But yes.
His video was on clicking, which is what he called it, but then when the community started picking it up, somehow drop blocking became the term of choice.
Yes, and I've also seen some people in chat mentioning this. Yes, we are aware that you're here. It's fine. You're being heard. It's okay. And we also, this is maybe a good time. I wasn't going to mention it, but this is really cool. I just want to give a shout out to the community of, we have this suggestions part of the Discord with... if you didn't know, all of the developers of Blaston is actually on the Discord, and people from the community are sending in so many suggestions that it's very hard for us to take care of, but we do read through all of them, and we try to do as much as we can with the suggestions that are being sent in. So it's really cool to see that, and sometimes I get really surprised at the creativity that players get in. Also, in the developers' defense, it's like, oh, here's a cool feature. We're like, yeah, that's gonna take like 3 years, but cool, thank you. Yes, we'll do that. But seriously, a big shout out to the community for that. We are just about to head into the game, so I will leave it to you, Oolong, alongside Oakfire, to take it away, and let's see Woody versus IGoldenKnight.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Switching screens around here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our predictions. So right now, based off your predictions in Twitch chat, we've got 60% odds on WudiPlays YouTube, 40% odds on GoldenKnight. Oakfire.
That's pretty close.
Do you think that's about accurate? 60-40?
I'd probably go even more towards 50-50, but
even more towards 50.
I think 60-40 is accurate enough.
We're just wrapping out with the lag rounds.
But I mean, I'm leaning a little bit towards GoldenKnight, but yeah, it's a tough call.
It'll be interesting for sure.
The double shield for Woody.
Yeah, Woody completely switching over to double shield here.
And Golden, I can't see the 6th item. Maybe it's a shield, maybe it's not.
I don't know. I don't think he's going to run the shield here. I think he's going all in, all offense. And versus double shield, we've seen earlier in this bracket that's the way to go.
Yeah, really pushing the defense, overwhelming Woody.
All right, here we are, match 1. Best of luck to both of our competitors. Oh, wait, no, we're taking another SD. Never mind.
Yeah, no
so
shield.
This is partially to check the lag, but also partially to check the boundaries. Taking out of bounds damage is so much in this game that, I mean, accidentally not knowing where your VR boundaries are can cause some upsets, to say the least. So that's part of the reason why you see GoldenKnight walking around his play area, because he had issues earlier on in the tournament with that.
They're also moving so fast, they most use some kind of rubber grips on the controllers, and they can sometimes stick to your buttons, so you just want to make sure they are in place.
And 3, 2, 1, blast off.
Alright, and there's our last self-destruct.
Oh, let's see if Woody is gonna do any shield cycling here.
All right. That aggressive hand waving is indication that we are about to start.
Three, two, one, blast on.
Right. They are off. GoldenKnight's going to start off pretty aggressive, coming out there with the Raptor and the pistol.
Hating the shields.
Majestic's going to be on the field. Snowball's going to go through. Oh, man. Those hurricanes. Oh, one of them's going to hit Woody. That, I mean, when you get into this high level of matches, even that small amount of damage can make the difference. All right, that Super Majestic's not going to quite get onto Woody's play area here. Right. Woody doing a bit of damage with those hurricanes. Not enough to decide the match. GoldenKnight having to duck out of the way of that Viper.
1 minute.
Ooh, Woody's going to take another thing. You can see that having to use those two shields is really stalling the rest of his loadout. He's taken up 2 slots just for his defensive maneuvers. Uh-oh. There we go. Ooh, GoldenKnight's gonna land a nice snowball there. Ooh, he fakes out that snowball. seconds left on the clock. He misses that last Viper hit. I think that was his last chance to take a big chunk of damage. GoldenKnight's gonna fire back. Oh, and he's just laying down the lines of bullets now.
3, 2, 1. The round is over.
All right, and GoldenKnight is gonna take round 1.
2, 1. Blast on.
Right, and we are off for round 2. Oh, are we out of sync? Oh, I guess we're out of sync a little bit. I'm going to be trying to go off of, I don't have the stream view. I'm going to try and use the direct Discord view if I can. Oh, there we go. Okay. I think I can fix something on my end. All right. GoldenKnight just trying to lay down lines of bullets. Also trying to prevent Wudi from getting any greater standing. Ball going out. Wudi's taking a pretty significant amount of damage this round. He's going to step out of the way of those Viper shots, but he's going to take a couple Wildcat shots in the meantime. That Super Majestic, sadly, he was too busy dodging. He didn't manage to get that out. That's one of the downsides to the Super Majestic is that you don't manage to get it onto your opponent's platform, and there's nothing much that it's going to be able to do. Wudi on just a sliver of health here. Ooh, all right. Oh, and GoldenKnight is going to take game 1. I did
Nice
reload.
copy,
Hopefully, in chat, you guys can let me know if my casting's a little bit more on sync. It's ahead now.
1. Blast on.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. The Majestic Nade. The Majestic Nade. I do always call it Super Majestic. All right. More of those lines of bullets coming out from GoldenKnight. GoldenKnight able to just go all-out offense 24/7.
He really puts the pressure on. I know Woody's gonna try to figure something out.
Right. He's trusting in that bullet collision to protect him from something. That Super Majestic's going to be on the center of the stage again. Oh. GoldenKnight making sure no lag BMs. Ooh, and those Hurricanes are in the perfect spot. Is he going to be able to push him back into it? No, Wudi manages to wiggle out of that push. All right, excellent. Ooh.
Those Majestics are really good by a GoldenKnight.
Yeah. Yeah, and the debate of the Avalanche Nade versus the Majestic Nade, I think that, you know, the Majestic Nade has more potential, but that Avalanche Nade is so consistent. One of those bullets hitting GoldenKnight.
It's
Doing
definitely easier.
pretty small.
It's a bit easier to use. The Majestic Nade is really good if you're perfect timing, which is
Right.
GoldenKnight is really good with them blasted, I've seen.
Right. Ooh, using his own shield to get rid of that nade.
Oh, nice. Nice blocks. Really good level play now.
It looks like GoldenKnight's just trying to get some weapon throw damage.
Looks like
Throwing
the
out
two
that
are
Majestic
dancing.
nade. Ooh! He manages to hit 2 of the Avalanche nade bullets.
Oh, nice.
10 seconds left on the clock. I think he's going to be down on health. Oh, but that's good placement of that Majestic nade. Is he going to be able to do anything with it?
So close.
No, and Wudi's going to take round 1.
Nice dodging by Woody. Wow. That was such a good round. It's wonderful to see these players dance along the podiums and really pushing each other.
Right, Wudi's going to use that 4-second shield to block the Viper. Ooh, he's going to take some out of bounds damage.
Oh no.
He's going to dodge a bit too far. And you can see that out of bounds damage is no joke. I mean, even just a second of being out of bounds is 50 points of damage.
It's bad.
Vipers. Oh, he's too focused on the Viper. He takes a snowball. Oh, and apparently he does take a Viper. I didn't even see that bullet.
No, I didn't see
Thank
it.
goodness.
Can Woody come back from this? It's going to be a tough one.
It's going to be
Over
real
1
tough.
minute left.
The other thing that's interesting about that avalanche nade is that when those beam cages proc on the ground, they're still dangerous. They're still live. And if GoldenKnight ducks down too far, he can still get hit by them.
And if you accidentally block them with a shield, it creates it really blocks your podium. So you got to be careful with it.
Yep. Much more consistent, but again, that Majestic nade's gonna have its place.
And the Majestic Nade is 1 second cheaper than the Avalanche, so
Yes. Yeah, that too.
it's a big difference.
It definitely helps, but again, you know, especially if you just mistime it. Ooh, GoldenKnight gonna take a big Viper bullet there, but he's gonna come back with a Viper bullet of his own, and he's gonna take round 2.
This is such an intense game.
Very intense. We said that this game was gonna be determined by Vipers. We've seen Viper hits on both ends. Ooh, Woody doesn't even want to see those hurricanes. Ooh, that's dangerous placement of that Majestic nade. Ooh, he manages to grab the nade and return it to sender. He doesn't have much else to capitalize on there, but still a good defensive move by GoldenKnight. Ooh, that's gonna be right on the center of his play area.
Perfect placement. Oh, and the frostbite.
Ooh.
I love to see this kind of game. It's such a fast game. Really excited to watch.
Oh, he's gonna take a snowball now too. I feel like oh man. Oh my goodness. Absolutely devastating in the last minute there. Someone take a clip of that, please. We need a clip of that. Last minutes there.
Okay, load that change.
That was absolutely wild.
That
So we
was
did
amazing.
say going into this that those Vipers were going to play a big role, and I think that they definitely did. There were several hits on both players throughout those two matches. Another interesting thing that I noticed was that it seemed like Woody, with the two shields, was using them more as a distraction, more as a way, especially that 2-second shield, to block GoldenKnight's vision than it was to actually defend against projectiles. What do you think, Oakfire? Did you see that?
You can see those shield tosses with a nade coming just behind it, trying to not show that he's throwing the nade. Just,
right. Or at least try and mess him up a little bit on the positioning. And then also in that match, we saw the we talked honestly a lot already about it, but the Majestic nade versus the Avalanche nade, which I think at this point are probably the two most used nades throughout this tournament. What do you think, Oakfire? That 1 second difference doing anything for GoldenKnight there with the rest of his low cooldown build?
I don't think it makes a big difference, but the consistent way he can use it, that's the more important, because if you miss it, which is really easy, then you just lose 3 seconds. You just throw 3 seconds out of the air. So it's all about how good you are at placements. And I think GoldenKnight is one of the few which is good at, he can consistently place the nade. So you get the beam cage in the center of the podium, which is really distracting for Woody.
Yeah, and especially with those pushes going up behind it. When it's in the center of your play area and you're pushed back into it, you either have to step forward and take more bullets, step off to the side and possibly take a Viper, or step back and take, I almost called it a Super Majestic again, the Majestic nade damage. So it'll be interesting to see what weapon swaps we see here.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some big changes. I wonder if GoldenKnight dares to keep the no shield strategy. We've seen the tether counter coming to that, so he may be careful sticking with that.
I think that the collision on his weapons, and as long as he's continuously laying down those lines of bullets, I think he can survive without that double shield, or without any shield, really. but I think it's going to be dependent on how consistently he can keep those up. The other thing too is that, you know, especially with Tether, any weapon that does a lot of damage and blocks vision is kind of devastating and can stop pushes. And GoldenKnight is running that snowball. I mean, both of them are, but that snowball into Tether is a very strong choice. So I'll be surprised if Woody goes Tether here.
Yeah, me too. I actually haven't seen him doing that much. But I wonder how their stamina. I mean, both of these players have really good stamina, but the way GoldenKnight plays, I mean, it's a lot of movements.
Tiring.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And you know, sometimes as a community, we do those longer sets, the best of 9 sets. You know, best of 5 is still pretty long, and as we get into these later matches, we'll see if Woody can continue to keep up with, or start keeping up with, the low cooldown build that's coming from GoldenKnight. Especially without those 2 slots having to be sacrificed for shields, he can keep up that pressure almost continuously.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a pretty good counter to the double shield. You know, Woody just have to be defending all the time. And yeah, let's see if GoldenKnight can keep the offensive pressure on.
We're going into these lag tests, so we're going to see if we can't catch a glimpse of the builds.
Yeah, we're waiting for the players to join the arena.
Three, two, one.
I don't think any weapon swaps are going to be coming out from GoldenKnight. I do see that Woody has gone for the Lance Nade rather than the Avalanche Nade.
Yeah, not a huge change, but
I think
no
it's-
shields is a huge change.
Yeah. I think one of the big differences between the Lance Nade and most other nades is that you don't necessarily need to get close with the Lance Nade in order for it to be effective. In fact, a lot of the time it can be more effective the further away it is from your opponent. And since GoldenKnight was pretty on top of grabbing those nades and sending them back to Woody, I think that was a safety choice. Also, Woody going no shields. Oh my goodness, I should have said that first.
This is going to be so intense. 2 no shield loadouts. Wow. I can just... Yeah, they're gonna be sweating so much. Oh.
One of the best things about this game.
It is. Such a good
You can get
workout.
those characteristic Blaston thunder thighs. For all the squatting you have to do.
One. Blast on.
Oops. One more testing round, looks like. Actually, quite similar loadouts. We're gonna see a lot of pellets in the air.
Yep, the only difference is the Lance Nade versus the Majestic Nade, which means that GoldenKnight's build is technically just very slightly shorter than Woody's.
Blast on.
True.
By literally a 1/6 of a second.
Okay, this will be an epic match.
Winner, pink.
Get some hype in chat. I think it's what these two need to get started. And this set is best of 5, so if GoldenKnight takes the win here, we will be done with this set. Woody's got to get 3 wins in a row to come back. And they're off. Woody's going to start by sending some of those hurricanes into the air and drop blocking most of what GoldenKnight sent at him. Ooh, that's going to be some tricky beam placement. Oh, and one of those hurricanes manages to hit GoldenKnight. Ooh, he gets hit with a snowball too. This is looking pretty good for Woody. I don't want to jinx anything.
A good start. Oh, another hurricane. Too many hurricanes on GoldenKnight there.
Too many hurricanes. That's my hardest weapon to deal with. Ooh, GoldenKnight gonna take 2 of those raptor shots.
They come slowly from the sky. You forget about them.
I don't like
another
looking up.
hurricane.
Any weapon that forces you to look up or behind you is not great in Blaston. Well, it's great. It's not great to play against since it takes your eyes off of most of where your opponent's projectiles are coming from. Ooh, he's going to take a couple hits there. He's got a solid health advantage here. He just needs to hold on to it for the next minute. But those snowballs from IGoldenKnight are going to make it difficult.
He doesn't have any shields, so he can't just shield cycle. But he does have a defensive stance right now. Oh, they're getting close.
Yeah, Woody needs to watch out for throwing that laser within grabbable range. Ooh, he takes another snowball, and IGoldenKnight's going to get the health advantage.
30 seconds.
It's still one Viper hit away for either one of them.
So close now.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Ooh, they're just trying to get the spam in, and IGoldenKnight takes round one
Nice job.
with the Wildcat spam.
Woody had a big
Oh,
lead,
man.
and GoldenKnight managed to take it back.
3, 2, 1. Blast on.
Oh, Woody really needs to be drop blocking some of those. He takes 2 of the Wildcat bullets. Oh, he jumps up to the ceiling. That nade's going to be returned to sender. And here's one of his own. But it's going to come just short of the play area. Those 2 of those
Oh,
hurricanes are going to hit.
Oh, the
my
hurricane
goodness.
from Golden.
You got to look up, IGoldenKnight. You got to look up. Oh, he's going to take another one. All right, but that's all I think that Woody had in the tank as far as his weapons. He's got to wait for those cooldowns now. IGoldenKnight doing a really good job. Oh, and
That Viper.
he lands a Viper bullet. I was going to talk about how I think Woody's trying to send that nade behind IGoldenKnight, but IGoldenKnight's jumping 2 feet up into the air to catch it.
1 minute.
Beam cage on the back of the platform.
Better watch out. Yeah.
Oh, and he steps back into it. Oh no,
He didn't watch out.
he didn't watch out. Oh, and the spam with the majestic nade right there. I think this might be it. Oh, it's not going to be it. It's going to be a Viper
It's a
duel
Viper.
at the end here.
Who can land it?
30 seconds.
Woody not even trying to take a risk. Oh, teeters
nice
on the
dodging.
edge of his play area to get around that, but he's still running a health disadvantage. He still needs to do some damage here. As those hurricanes are coming down, and the hurricanes are gonna win this set for GoldenKnight.
Oh my god, he didn't see those.
You have to look up. You have to look up.
Yeah, he's not looking too happy now, Woody.
Oh, GG's. GG's. Audio's half a second early. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Oh, GG. I'll have to plan all my commentary to be half a second after the stuff actually happens.
Easy, Oolong. You just put a
I'm just
break
so excited
on the
to see these
voice.
matches. I'm watching along with everybody in chat. These things have me on the edge of my seat, and that was really an amazing match between Woody and GoldenKnight. I would say more determined by snowballs than it was really by Vipers in the last round there, huh?
Yeah, definitely. The snowballs are a little bit faster, so you need speed to hit these really amazing dodgers.
Right. Yeah, and Vipers are doing 30 damage a hit. Snowballs on a 2-second cooldown are going to be doing 15. So 2 snowballs is 1 sniper hit. And we saw a lot of snowballs going off there. The other thing that snowballs do is, of course, block your vision. I think with the low cooldown builds, that played both for and against both of these players, too.
It's amazing to see them playing with no shields, because it really shows off the amazing movements of Blaston and the intensity you can see.
Yeah, and I think that, when the last update came out and the meta was centered around, just chipping away at your opponent for a little bit, and sitting on it and waiting for the round to end, I think those days are over after this tournament. I think no shield meta is going to come to fruition.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen both Woody and GoldenKnight talking about like how powerful the double shield is in the balancing channel on Discord, and now they both choose to go no shield. So,
yeah. I think it's when you're playing against no shield, going double shield and sacrificing 2 of those weapon slots to get a bit more defensive capabilities. Unless you can have something that outpaces your opponent even with those 2 slots covered, I don't know if it's necessarily worth it anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I think we should let Defur.
Yes. Defur, come back to us, please.
I'm like so eager. I'm like, let me talk. No, I'm kidding. It's
Shut up, Defur. We got you.
No, of course. It was very interesting to see, and I think the biggest thing to detract from that match is the fact that the gameplay was just so different. Like when you see these players going head to head like this, it's kind of interesting though that both of these players have been doing so much like content for the community, and it's very much, it's not like a mirror matchup, but it's very close in terms of like how they're moving, having this like more stylistic play. But I'm almost wondering, like, as we kind of develop the meta for Blaston in this way, we have, Tesseract and Josie in the winners finals now with this like very how could I say it, like smooth movement, but not a lot. And then you have these like IGoldenKnight and Woody, who are like these really stylistic players, but they're in the lower brackets. So like, can we read something from that? I'm not gonna say like we can now, perhaps, but what do you think, Oolong, like looking at this match now, Woody going out 0-3, what do you think he could have done different now going in a much more similar game than he did before? What could he have done?
Well, I think that swap on round 3, moving away from the double shields, moving to a no shield build was definitely the best thing he could have done. I mean, recognizing that something is not working against your opponent's build, and changing yours to better match up against them. I think that's probably, I mean, it's not necessarily a strategy, it's just playing around your opponent. But he definitely did the best in that last round than he did out of all 3 of them. And he got pretty dang close to winning. So I really think that, if maybe that set was extended, we could have seen that comeback. But I also think that GoldenKnight, halfway into that round, sort of was able to adjust his play style and go back to focusing more on the snowballs, more on Viper and the snowball, to just deal those large chunks of damage rather than just continuously doing that bullet spam. And I think that's really what got him the win.
That is very interesting too, because I guess now in this sort of game, it's been more about adapting within the loadouts that you already have rather than actually adapting the loadout. So it's like, whoa, there's like levels of this. Like there's
levels of mind games going all the way down.
No, but I love to see it, because it's like, I mean, pretty much this tournament is, besides also giving the players a reason to compete and like getting the stakes higher to like push players to the limit, this is also a really great way, in my opinion, to showcase the game, because you can see the differences, not just that like, oh, to win against this player I just have to have a other gun. Like, no, you can just adapt how you play, and that could also change the tide of the battle. Oakfire, what did you think looking at this match? Was there anything Woody could have done different? Do you agree with Oolong on this one?
I think both players played really well, and I mean, I think it was hard to pick a clear winner here, and it could have really gone either way.
Why do you think that it became a 0-3? Because it was similar, and it was one of those like, you saw how close it was within the rounds, but the scores are out now and it's 0-3. So like, why did it kind of snowball? Excuse the term. Into I had to do it at least once. Like for Woody to kind of fall out of the tournament like this. What do you think?
Oh, I honestly don't know, but I think GoldenKnight he's really agile and fast, so I don't know, maybe it was his stamina and the speed of GoldenKnight, and I think he might have an edge when it comes to no shield playstyle, because he's a bit faster. And GoldenKnight is also known for being really good at learning from the opponent, like what's he's trying to do, and not making the same mistake again.